Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta has made a strong pitch for greater central support, arguing that India's national capital requires a funding framework that reflects. Hello and welcome to another episode of Deep Dive brought to you by NewsX. I'm Shivani Singh, and today speaking at the 11th Governing Council meeting of NITI Aayog chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Chief Minister of Delhi, Rekha Gupta, presented a series of demands that she believes are essential for Delhi's future growth. While the requests range from financial assistance to administrative reforms, they are tied together by a larger argument that Delhi's position as the nation's capital makes it fundamentally different from other cities and therefore deserving of special consideration from the centre. Well, Rekha Gupta has argued that Delhi should receive greater financial support from the centre in recognition of its special role and responsibility. This was the first and most significant demand placed before the NITI Aayog meeting. The Delhi government believes that additional central assistance would provide greater fiscal space for development initiatives, public services and long-term urban planning. The argument is that a capital city of Delhi scale cannot rely solely on existing revenue streams if it is expected to compete with leading global cities and support India's broader economic ambitions. The second major demand concerns funds lying in the public account. Gupta called for reconciliation and release of these funds so that they can be put to use for development and welfare programs. From the Delhi government's perspective, resources that remain locked in administrative processes represent a missed opportunity. Unlocking these funds could provide an immediate financial boost without requiring entirely new sources of revenue. A third proposal focused on administrative reforms. The Chief Minister sought the creation of an independent public works department, engineering cadre for Delhi. At present, engineering personnel are managed through the existing arrangements linked to central services. The Delhi government argues that a dedicated engineering cadre would provide greater administrative control, improve accountability and enable faster execution of projects. In practical terms, officials believe that this could reduce delays, strengthen institutional capacity and make government departments more responsive. Another important demand was Delhi's inclusion in the Bhavya Yojana. Gupta argued that the scheme should be expanded to reflect the realities of modern urban economies. Unlike many states that rely heavily on manufacturing, Delhi's economy is driven largely by services, technology, innovation, finance, knowledge industries and other non-polluting sectors. The Chief Minister suggested that these sectors should also be eligible for support under the scheme. The proposal reflects a broader economic vision. Rather than focusing only on traditional industrial growth, the Delhi government is seeking greater support for sectors that align with the capital's existing strengths, and the objective is to attract investment, generate employment and also encourage innovation while ensuring that economic expansion remains environmentally sustainable. Viewed together, these demands reveal that the Delhi government's approach is not limited to seeking additional funds. Instead, it is making the case for a new framework that combines financial support, institutional reforms and economic initiatives. The message from the Chief Minister is that Delhi's governance requirements are very different from those of other cities and states, and that these differences should be recognized in policy decisions. The demands also align with the broader political messaging of the BJP government in Delhi. Since assuming office, the government has repeatedly emphasized on efficiency, improved service delivery, stronger governance mechanisms and long-term urban development. Gupta's presentation at the NITI Aayog meeting sought to connect Delhi's aspirations with the national goal of Viksit Bharat by 2047, positioning the capital as a key driver of that vision. So what happens next? Well, the immediate question is whether the centre will respond positively to these requests, and any decision on increased financial assistance, release of funds or administrative reforms will require consultations between multiple industries and government departments. Some proposals could move relatively quickly, while others may require policy changes or institutional approvals. Well, if Delhi's push succeeds, the implications could be significant. Greater central assistance would provide additional fiscal resources for development and public services. The release of funds from the public account could also improve the government's spending capacity in the near term. A dedicated PWD engineering cadre could strengthen administrative efficiency and also speed up project implementation. Inclusion in the Bhavya Yojana could create new opportunities for investment and growth in sectors that are central to Delhi's economy. For the Delhi government, the larger objective is clear: securing the financial resources and administrative flexibility needed to shape the next phase of the capital's development. Whether these demands translate into concrete policy decisions will determine how far and how quickly that vision actually can be realized. Let's discuss this further with Mr. Himanshu Bhatt, who's a senior journalist who's joining us on this broadcast to give a perspective into this entire issue. Mr. Bhatt, I want to understand, we listed these demands that have been made by the Chief Minister at the NITI Aayog meeting. But I want to understand, why is Delhi so special? How can the centre actually allocate a special framework or a blueprint so that Delhi actually meets its, progress that it has set sights for 2047?
We are talking in terms of, what Delhi will be in 2047. First, let's understand why Delhi is special. Delhi is special because people from all around the country, be it Karnataka, be it Gujarat, be it Kerala, be it Rajasthan, any state, people from these places visit Delhi. Or when Delhi is visited, people tend to think that this is India. This is a gateway of India. It's a capital of India. And so politically, if we talk, or geopolitically if we talk, then also Delhi will reflect what India is. And it has to be something which India is moving towards. Bharat is the imagination of this set of rulers who are ruling this country from last 12 years. Now see, I'm making these things very, very clear. We are not talking of Mughals Delhi. We are not talking of, English Delhi. We are talking of a Delhi that is of Bharat's capital. Now there is a very big difference, fundamental difference here. Britishers' time Delhi had huge bungalows. They are still there. There was a type of aristocracy, which we call it Lutyens today. It is still there. But when we are progressing today, from becoming, a Bharat from India, you require to amend them. You require to improve on them, to make it a realistic, culturally strong Bharat. How will you do it? Let's start basically with your infrastructure and the space occupied by Lutyens. For an example, in certain parts of Delhi, you have 2 people or a family of 4 people living in a 600-yard space. Is it possible today, in today's time? It's just not. The reorganization should start from that fundamentals. We have Juggi Bartis in Delhi also. We have an area of Chandni Chowk in Delhi, wherein, per square feet, probably maximum number of people live in Delhi. Now, there are dissimilarities within Delhi itself that needs to be corrected. And for that, an imaginative planning is must, along with a free flow of funds. See, I'm not saying that because British Prime Minister stays in 10 Downing Street in London, we must also have, no, I'm not talking of that. I'm not comparing of these things. Our Prime Minister is good enough right now. He knows how much of a space a person requires to live comfortably. And he occupies only that much of space. for his security, we might do so many things. That's a different issue altogether. See, high security zones are another thing, and that's why, when I say Delhi, you cannot compare Delhi with Kolkata or Mumbai or Chennai or Bangalore today. Delhi is totally different because Delhi is the face of Bharat, a new Bharat that will come up, and it should reflect like a face of a new Bharat. And for that, you need to improve. And you start with infrastructure, you start with logistics, you start with communications, you start with connectivity. The way we made a new Parliament House, it was the beginning. The old Parliament House and the new Parliament House, because right now we are in the process of increasing our number of MPs. We required a better space, and we made that futuristic planning. The new Parliament House, the way it was done with keeping in mind the future requirements, you need to develop Delhi. So if I put it in one sentence simply, Shivani, it has to be a futuristic city planning or urban planning. And Delhi first, because Delhi is special, because it is a capital, it is a face, it is a reflection of how modern Bharat is, along with its culture. Yes.
All right. So you believe that all these demands are valid and they need to be, looked at from the center. Thank you so much, Mr. Bhatt, for your valuable perspective on this issue. With that, we are slipping into a short commercial.